Okay, we're going to take a minute and turn some time over to Daniel Matlock with United Fire to present the United Firefighter of the Year.
Fear has two meanings. Forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. It's a natural human emotion, an essential physiological response. Every fire service professional has a story to tell about it, and they still instinctively rise up to face it with each shift. It requires strength of mind and body for a person to encounter danger or replace fear and adversity with courage. This is what fortitude means, and that's what it takes to be a firefighter. It doesn't come easily or to everyone, but when you are the one, it's a passion that lasts a lifetime. So think for just a moment, what challenge will you rise to? And what will be your story? Here in Centennial Hall, we have shared lots of memories. Personally speaking, I treasure seeing friends, associates, and fire school committee members who I know keep rising to the challenge. They have for a very long time. These civic-minded individuals continue to exhibit a strong sense of will, purpose, and leadership. You set the bar higher each year. I recognize your fortitude. We must pass your stories on to the next generation. I also have great admiration for all the anxious first-time fire school attendees here today. I have passed most of the classes, and if you won't tell anyone, I'll share a secret. The correct test answer usually requires the word courage. Our communities are fortunate that even in the face of risk and vulnerability, firefighters like you have conscientiously chosen to rise up and learn how to safely help others survive harrowing conditions. Fear can't be prevented, but it can be controlled if you follow three simple rules. First, you must have adequate training and experience. Next, practice frequently and methodically maintain your PPE and tools. Lastly, learn to trust the system and your fellow firefighters. I'm not claiming that you'll never experience some fear when shocked at first sight. However, training takes over. Compassion settles in. The response becomes different and much safer than for those who are not prepared. But staffing to have enough trained firefighters happens to be one of the biggest challenges today for public safety leaders all across our great nation. We are failing to attract enough future first responders, let alone contending with present-day vacancies. The fire service has been impacted by volunteer and career labor shortages, just like our military and most other businesses. It's a serious and growing issue. Fear of responsibilities, injury, ill health, and perhaps even mortality makes firefighter recruitment and retention far more difficult than ever before. This being said, I think those of you here would agree, when you are the one, overcoming these challenges are what make being a firefighter and all that goes with it so darn satisfying. I'm excited to share with you, United Fire has sponsored every career and volunteer fire department in Arizona, so they will have a free membership for the Firefighter Diversity Recruitment Council. Our intention with this partnership is not to simply help hire individual firefighters, but rather develop a diverse and lasting pipeline of new applicants who I'm confident will be attracted to this career path, especially if they can be inspired by your amazing life stories. I began my career at United Fire just 45 short years ago. I have hundreds of stories. I remember when firefighting was exclusive to men. The saying, a good old boys club, well, it was quite literal. Thankfully, people have figured out that it is not gender, race, creed, or color that determines if someone will make a good firefighter or medic. We are all engaged together in our human enterprise. What qualifies someone for fire service duties can't be judged by appearance. They are determined by the character found within, starting with an innate desire to help others. I want to encourage all of you not to just watch, share your stories, and participate in the journey and adventure to help recruit new firefighters. One of the ways we communicate the critical nature and success of the Arizona Fire Service is through our annual Firefighter of the Year award. Over the past 29 years, United Fire and our amazing partners have recognized men and women whose actions demonstrate the importance of what you all do every day for public safety. Picking an annual award recipient is no simple task. Each year, United Fire engages the assistance of fire service leaders from around the state to help. I would like to acknowledge these devoted individuals for their time and assistance. John Whitney, Brad Batassi, Joe Moore, Mike Atkinson, and Daryl Dash. And now, I'm pleased to announce that the 2022 United Firefighter of the Year is Tyler Kowalski with the Buckskin Fire District. The Buckskin Fire District is located in Parker, Arizona, a gateway to the Lake Havasu region and the Colorado River. Residents and visitors enjoy the diversity of water activities such as jet skiing, water skiing, and boating. They come to the area for celebrations and to get away from stress, but it doesn't always turn out that way. This story reveals some people were very lucky on a recent faithful summer evening because firefighter and rescue diver Tyler Kowalski was on duty. It was 8:30 at night when Buckskin Fire was dispatched to a 911 call involving a watercraft accident near Emerald Cove Resort, resulting in a juvenile being trapped under a boat. Kowalski donned his diving gear en route, while Captain Chris Chambers operated the rescue boat. They arrived at a chaotic scene with about 15 people screaming in panic while splashing around in the water on top of large rocks. The frantic crowd considered trying to roll over the upside-down V-bottom boat themselves, Like, that could have made a bad situation even worse. The people involved in the crash reported a young girl was trapped. They could hear her near the bow, banging on the hull bottom and screaming for help. After only about 30 seconds, Kowalski descended into the dark water. Once below the surface, he followed the starboard rail towards the cockpit, where passengers normally access the bow. But the way the boat was crushed and positioned on the rocks, Tyler determined there wasn't any way in or out. Kowalski returned to the surface to update his captain on the situation and then dove right back down. He knew time was of the essence to save a life. Tyler continued his search on the port side of the vessel. He found a closed hatch near the bow, but suspected if he opened it, it could let water into the bow, which was the only place the victim had some air left to breathe. Kowalski continued down and found another hatch, and this one was open. He attempted to enter, but could not fit past his shoulders. Still, he didn't panic. Tyler used his instinct and training to conduct a mostly blind search with his right hand and light. The young girl had to be in there. And just then, he saw toes, then a foot. He quickly stretched out and grabbed her ankle, and in one strong motion, pulled her through the 16 by 16-inch hatch and quickly kicked them both to the surface. Thankfully, the patient was conscious and talking, but did complain about hip and back pain. Firefighter Kowalski and bystanders loaded her and helped 6 other patients involved in the accident onto the fireboat. Once ashore, Buckskin Fire and AMR ambulance crews treated all the patients, and the once potentially drowned victim was airlifted to the hospital. Kowalski's training helped him stay calm under pressure. He exhibited exceptional dive rescue skills, and through a heroic effort, achieved an incredibly positive outcome in saving a life, and is well-deserved of this year's award as the 2022 United Fire Firefighter of the Year. Tyler, I learned that in addition to being a rescue diver, you are also an engine boss. That's like surf and turf, you know. You had just gotten home from a wildland assignment a few days ago when you found out about being the Firefighter of the Year and were asked to be here today to accept the award. You must be emotionally exhausted. Well, just like people that go to park and relax, we hope that your prizes will help you celebrate this honor in style and provide you with some time to relax and reflect on your story. United Fire and our wonderful co-sponsors won't be providing training, but we can assist with your uniforms, PPE, and help you experience a healthy state of mind. It all begins with some exciting activities away from work this time. AMPCUS has donated a corporate suite and parking pass package for the sold-out NASCAR Cup Series championship race in November at Phoenix Raceway. Plus, there are Grand Canyon Railway tickets, a getaway at the Hilton Phoenix Resort at the Peak, and an additional escape to the Jim Clip team condo located in the White Mountains. At home, you will be protected with an Ansel high-performance chrome-plated fire extinguisher. You'll certainly make good use of a Fry's Food gift card and a gift certificate from Sam Levitt's Furniture. Then get out onto the greens with your VFIS First Responder golf bag and Arizona Cardinals autographed football. In the station house, our sponsors want you to not only look good, but be comfortable in your new blower and first tactical station wear. And Proper and Hakes will literally cover your wildland fire needs. For your next land-based technical rescue, you can suit up in your FireDex dual cert fatigues. And to obtain the best protection when attacking structure fires, Streamlight will light your way while you wear custom-made Lion Red Zone particulate barrier turnouts. And your ensemble wouldn't be complete unless we topped you off with a Carnes helmet. This, my friend, should provide you with head-to-toe confidence. The Buckskin Fire District will also benefit by a $500 United Fire gift certificate. And finally, a big expression of financial gratitude from the sponsors with this check for $1,000. Congratulations, Firefighter Kowalski.
First off, I would like to start out by thanking the Matlick family and United Fire and all the sponsors for all the sweet gear and prizes. I'm truly honored and humbled to receive such a distinguishing award. I'm grateful to have the opportunity to attend the State Fire School several times over my career to further my education and training. It is the training that gives us the skills to do our job with successful outcomes during high-risk calls. I would also like to thank Captain Chambers, Captain Weatherford, Chief McMahon, and Guy Nelson of the Buckskin Fire Department for giving me the opportunity to instruct and help with the dive rescue class over the last 6 years. Without me doing that and obtaining real-life skills and being put in real-life situations, I don't think there would have been a successful outcome that night. It's the training that I needed and the confidence and skills that made it a good outcome. Thank you again. This is truly a great moment for the Buckskin Fire Department and the citizens and visitors we serve on the Parker Strip.
Happiness is not about the reward or finishing the journey. It is about building a story you can enjoy and take pride in sharing. If you can enjoy your journey, you can enjoy your life. Thank you, Tyler, and all of you for your passion and commitment to public safety and for helping to usher in the next generation for a journey of a lifetime. Take full advantage of your classes this week and be grateful for the new relationships you will develop. They are bound to contribute to your own story of fire and fortitude.
How about one more time, round of applause for all the award winners tonight. I have a couple of last-minute announcements that need to get mentioned today. The new Chiefs luncheon is going to begin today at noon. This will be in the Starlight Room. Class also, this is good news, will begin at 1:30 today at all locations. The Hall of Flame tonight, that is free, so no cost for you to get in. Tomorrow night is the family night from 6 to 8 p.m. This is where there'll be a lot of fun things out here underneath the canopy. We'd encourage you to bring your family, just kind of hang out and chill for a little bit.
Hey, we're here today at the Arizona State Fire School with Tyler Kowalski, the 2022 United Firefighter of the Year. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you, sir. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're very welcome.
An honor.
It's an honor for us to have you here. Hey, how long have you been a firefighter?
Just about 7 years now.
7 years? Have you always been at Buckskin?
Yep, I started there as a POC. I POC'd for 2 years and then been on it 7 years full time.
Awesome, awesome. What inspired you to become a firefighter?
I grew up around the fire service. My dad's a fire captain in Lake Havasu City, and just always been around it my whole life and wanted to do it ever since I was little.
Oh, you found a great profession. I understand that you're also a wildland firefighter. How long have you been a wildland firefighter?
7 years as well.
7 years?
Yep. Been out on quite a few deployments. Some years I was out over 100 days. So.
And you're also a rescue diver, right?
Yep. Got my certification in that about 6 years ago, and I've been helping out with the instruction of that class ever since. We teach it every October, and I've been an instructor and crew lead on that for the past 5 years after I got my cert.
How important do you think all that training was to the success of this incident that you responded to?
It was very important. Without that training and the live scenarios and the remakes of live scenarios that we've had before happen, I don't think it would have been a successful outcome. Just my knowledge and training from that class definitely kicked in and made a great change.
I've come to understand that most of these rescue calls that you do underwater are not successful.
Yeah, usually it's not too good of an outcome, and this was just an incredible opportunity that I had, and I would like to think everyone else on my department as rescue divers would have done the same thing. It was just awesome to have a successful outcome.
Yeah, I'm curious, how far is your fire station from where this incident was?
It's about a half mile on the water.
How long does that take?
Probably about 2 minutes.
2 minutes, okay.
By the time we got the boat in the water and got down to the scene, it was probably about 2 minutes.
So altogether, how long was the response?
The response was a little over an hour by the time we got all the patients to shore and everyone accounted for. It was probably about an hour.
Yeah, I kind of meant before you got on scene.
Oh, before we got on scene, probably about 3 minutes.
That's pretty quick. Like time was clicking. What was going through your mind as you were responding?
A lot of times we get weird dispatches, and I confirm with my captain. I'm like, it says trapped under a boat, but it hit the rock, or the boat hit the rock shore. I'm wondering if they're under the boat on land. Should I throw my dive gear on or not? He had me gear up, and that was a good call on his part, because a lot of times the dispatch information is kind of spotty. So luckily we made the right call, and we were ready right when we got on the scene.
Yeah, because of course we don't know how long it was before 911 got called, and you know had that response time. So I'm thinking time is of the essence here. What's going through your mind when you arrive on scene and you see this capsized boat and all these people screaming?
It was a pretty chaotic scene. Luckily, there were a couple off-duty firefighters already there that saw it and had a little bit of intel of where she was and that she was banging on the hull. So that was good information. One thing we train about in the dive rescue class is it's better to take an extra 30 seconds or a minute to gather information before just jumping in the water and trying to make a quick search. It really helps the outcome a lot of times if you can gather information and collect it and figure out where the person last was and then go in and start your search.
Makes sense. Got to do it right the first time, right? Did you ever experience any fear during this incident?
Yeah, when I was masking up at the bow of our fireboat, kind of had the hair stand up on the back of my neck a little bit, but that's when my training and skills kicked in and adrenaline and just kind of went to work as normal.
Nice. And what went through your mind after your first dive and found the access to the cabin area was blocked?
Honestly, when I went down, it was kind of like heart-crushing when I saw that the cabin was blocked. It was kind of like, what are we going to do? And that's when I decided to pop up, reevaluate, reassess the situation, inform my captain that what we had, and reassessed real quick and went back down and continued searching.
Were you concerned about pulling the victim out? Did you have consider any other options at that time?
I wanted to go up inside the boat and be able to talk to her if there was room and space so I could let her know before I drug her underwater, but that ended up not being an option. So once I found her, I just had to grab and pull her out.
Because she didn't even really know. Take one last breath.
That was what I was hoping to do, was tell her, instruct her, all right, I'm going to pull you down through this hatch, but there wasn't an option for that, and I couldn't get in there or talk to her, so I didn't have an option.
And I suppose, I mean, we know now it was a 16-inch by 16-inch hatch, and you couldn't even fit through. I mean, you didn't know if this victim was going to be able to fit through.
Yeah, luckily she was pretty small. If she would have been much bigger, I don't know if she would have fit through the hatch. I did end up going and diving on the boat the next day just to confirm what I did and the size of the hatch, and it was still in the location. So kind of got second eyes on it in the light, in the daytime, and just assessed to see if there was anything I could have done different.
And was there, or were you pretty satisfied? I mean, it was successful.
I was pretty satisfied, obviously, because it was successful, but there really wasn't any other access, so that was really the only option I had.
And if you had opened that other hatch, what would have happened?
Water probably would have flooded the rest of the boat, because that was underwater as well.
And was that hatch any bigger than the other one?
It was actually a little bit smaller.
Smaller.
Yeah.
So it probably would have been a fatal mistake.
Yes, definitely.
And then what was going through your mind when you finally were able to kick to the surface?
Just get her to the surface, and luckily she was conscious and breathing, so I didn't have to administer rescue breaths or anything, but I inflated my BC so we stayed afloat, kept her airway protected and out of the water, and got her on the fireboat as quickly as possible along with the other patients.
That's great. You definitely know your job. So what does it mean to you now to be selected as the Arizona Firefighter of the Year?
It's truly an honor. I never would have guessed or thought I would be up here getting this award. I simply was just doing my job, and I would like to think all other firefighters all over the world and in the country would have done the same thing. So it's truly an honor, and I'm blessed to get this award. It's just exciting.
That's great. We're honored to have you here, and your family and your coworkers here today to join with us. I'd like to thank you for all you do for the Buckskin Fire District and your local community. Your stellar example of what can be accomplished when you are properly trained and experienced. You have now joined an exclusive club of past award recipients. I'm very happy to have had the opportunity to meet you and now be able to call you the 2022 United Firefighter of the Year.
Thank you. I would just like to add one more thing. I'd like to thank my mom, dad, sister, grandparents, and girlfriend for all coming out and supporting me and continuing to support me.
It's awesome. You got a great family, wonderful family, and it's been a pleasure to meet them.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You have a great fire school.
You too.
All right, take care.